Hello everyone, my name is Ferdinand and welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you're new to the channel and you like my content, please do consider subscribing. Leave a like on the video, I would really appreciate that. Also, leave any feedback or suggestions that you may have in the comment section below. And with that, let's jump into today's video. So there's a couple of things that I wanted to discuss in today's video, and just wanted to give my thoughts and opinions on it, basically. And the first thing that I wanted to basically talk a little bit about is this new price point that's been going on with the release of the new console, which is $70 per game. Now, I know that this is a little bit controversial, and not everyone's a fan of this change that is being brought in by mainly Sony with the PS5, but I do see other companies are following suit in this matter. And I have to say that, I am a little indifferent on it. Now, I have to premise this conversation a little bit. I do believe that it is wrong for companies to charge you more for more or less the same game that they're already providing you. Like, for example, companies like EA, Activision. If you're gonna produce the exact exact same game, like the Madden series or the FIFA or the NBA stuff from 2K, it's not okay that you're charging $10 more, especially when you're already gonna make up that money with all the microtransactions that you're gonna have within your game as well. Like, either don't charge people more money after they pay full price for the game, a price that you've already decided you're gonna increase the rate of by $10 per game going forward, and then on top of that have microtransactions that force people to buy or spend maybe hundreds or $200, $300, $400 on top of what they've already bought, locking off content behind paywalls, DLCs, and all that kind of sleazy stuff. But you know what? At this point, I digress. I mean, so many YouTubers, Richard Review Tech USA, Angry Joe, Young, yeah, like so many people have complained about this, but quite obviously, at the end of the day, the only thing that matters is money. And money talks. I mean, these people are seeing money, these companies are seeing money, the executives are seeing money. So quite obviously, if it's a chance for them to monetize this situation, they will. So I want to talk a little bit about as to why I did say that I'm a little bit indifferent. So for me personally, the one thing that comes into point, and I know it's a little bit of a controversial thing that a lot of people on YouTube have said that no, it's not acceptable. The $70 price point is not acceptable. For me, when I say that in just some specific cases where I think that it would be justifiable, would be cases where you have good companies that actually give you your money's worth when they put their product out. For example, personally speaking, when I say a game like God of War by Santa Monica Studios, or more or less any game that you take a look at from Naughty Dog, like The Last of Us or the Uncharted game. When you look at those games and you see that they don't have any DLCs in them, any microtransactions or predatory mechanisms in place to make sure that you pay extra money, it begs the question at that point that if tomorrow, let's say Santa Monica, for example, if they came out with God of War 2, which we all know that they are, and they say that we need to charge $70 for that game, the production values have gone up, we don't have any DLCs, would I be one of those people who'd say, oh no, I'm gonna boycott this game or I'm not gonna buy it simply because of the fact that it's $10 more than it was on the previous generation of consoles? No. Personally, I would gladly pay $10 more for a game like God of War. The problem comes that when you give leverage to companies that are actually good, the companies that are actually bad take advantage of it. And even if a company like Santa Monica or the Sucker Punch Studios, let's say the people who created Ghost of Tsushima, which was another fantastic game. Naughty Dog behind Last of Us and Uncharted. If they decide that they want to raise rate, I'm saying I'm okay. But other companies like EA and Activision are already like, well, I mean, if those companies can do it, then why can't we? And that's where my problem rises. Like, how as we gamers decide that which company, if they raise the rate to $10 more per game, is it okay? Or which company and which game is it, this raise in rate is not okay. And I personally feel like, I mean, we have to hold the companies that we know have a history of predatory monetization accountable in this regard. Let's say, listen, you already are gonna charge us money for the game itself. When it comes to monetization, like your microtransactions, the built-in pachinko machines that you have, and there are still gamers who are absolute idiots who will pay that money regardless. But if we have a big enough movement, or like large enough movement where people actually say, you know what, no, you already charge so much for everything that's in the game, right? Everything is so expensive. You have no right to raise the price of the base game by $10 for the exact same product that you will give every year. Like FIFA is the exact same game every year. Madden is the exact same game every year. For a company like 2K, NBA is the exact same game every year. Very little visual changes, if any at all. Very little graphical or gameplay changes. Very little in terms of any updates at all. Because the players who buy those games are absolute idiots. When players themselves do not hold the companies that they buy their games from accountable, this is exactly what is going to happen. And that is where we are. This is what our problem is in this particular aspect. We need to hold these companies accountable, and gamers who buy these games don't. And that is why these companies get away with these predatory monetization schemes that they come up with every now and then. And they make billions off of it. Like, they couldn't care less about gamers and what we want in our games, what makes an actually good game. Like, we don't want live service games, we don't want stupid DLCs or upgrades or visual components that you can sell for like $5 each for like a gun skin. It's stupid, but they will do it simply because you still have idiots who will buy that stuff. So I think it's on us more so though on anyone else. These companies will continue to do what they do, but I think we do need to raise our voice when it comes to monetization of certain things within games like DLCs and microtransactions and stuff like that. The $70 price point, me personally, if you ask my opinion, if it's a company like Santa Monica coming out with a new God of War, or any of these good companies like 343, once they finish up Halo and Halo is like a fully polished game and they say, okay, we're going to charge $70 for that game, I'm okay with it. And that's where my positioning is, because I know they're not gonna charge you to death when it comes to DLCs and stuff. Like, they'll give you a full 30-40 hour game when you buy it from store shelves, bring it home, put it into your console and start playing. Like, it's not gonna be that the first 10-20 hours you'll play and then the rest of it is behind a stupid paywall. That's where you draw the line and say, no, you cannot do that. If I'm paying you full price, you cannot do that to me. Because that's disrespectful to your gamers, that's disrespectful to your consumers, and that is where we need to draw the line here in this particular case. Now, this is a topic that I think we need to talk a little bit more about. I'd love to have a discussion with you guys on what you think about it. Like I said, I am a little indifferent about it. In most cases with the larger companies, I am against the idea of raising the price, though I know that there's an argument to be made over the fact that the price of games has not been raised for the past maybe 15-20 years even. That is, the price of a AAA game has been $60 for quite some time, and the production values have gone up. But companies like EA and Activision always have a way on how they can make that money back through microtransactions. So there's a very fine line between what a good company offers you and what a bad company offers you. So I'd love to have a discussion about this with you guys even further. If you want to join in on the conversation, leave a comment in the comment section below. And if you like my content, please like, share, and subscribe. Leave a thumbs up, leave a comment, and I'll see you guys next time.